Most television channels like MTV, VH1, BET, Bravo, Discovery, History Channel, and even G4 TV will lose their identities by the late 2000s. How come? Because they started to focus more on reality television than the content that made them so loved and unique in the first place. It was in a time when streaming apps like Netflix and Hulu were in their infancy and started to grow in popularity. Cartoon Network will also have reality television as well in this era known as CN Real, which began broadcasting on June 17, 2009. This programming block would air live-action reality shows such as The Other Siders, Bobby Says, Dude, What Would Happen, Brain Rush, and Destroy, Build, Destroy, along with the acquired series Survive This. The block was created so the network could more effectively compete with Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, both of which had a large number of live-action programming. The executives of the network feared that Cartoon Network would alienate its core audience by heavily focusing on reality television rather than cartoons. This block didn't last very long as it wasn't very popular. The shows introduced in this block were seen as rip-offs of established shows. The reality show Survive This was seen as a rip-off of Survivor. Bobby Says was seen as a rip-off of Ta Show. And Dude, What Would Happen was seen as a rip-off of both Mythbusters and Jackass. These shows would usually air on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but they were poorly received. Due to the programming block's poor reviews and heavy criticism, it was prematurely cancelled. And because of that, Cartoon Network would have faced a chopping block due to trying to be like Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel and trying to drink the Kool-Aid of reality TV shows like other networks did. And as a result, these other networks have truly lost their identity, and these are the following examples. MTV was a channel dedicated to music. However, in 1992, it made reality television very popular with its first unscripted reality series, The Real World. But then, by the mid to late 2000s, MTV would lose its identity by distancing itself from music and focusing heavily on reality TV shows like Teen Mom, 16 and Pregnant, and the crown jewel, Jersey Shore. Now, it's nothing more than marathons to 24 hours straight of the TV show ridiculousness. The Bravo network was once dedicated to classical movies, opera, and musicals, but then it started to heavily focus on reality TV as well, with shows like Below Deck, The Vanderpump Rules, and the crown jewel, The Real Housewives series. The Discovery Channel was about science and nature. Nowadays, it's about street outlaws and Naked and Afraid, and even made a documentary about a controversial YouTuber. The History Channel was once about history, but now, it's a channel about pawn shops, aliens, and religion. G4 TV was about video games, technology, geek and nerd culture. It aired conventions like the now defunct E3, San Diego Comic-Con, Tokyo Game Show, BlizzCon, DICE, etc. But then they started airing reality shows like Cheaters, Cops, and Campus PD. It died in 2014 but returned in 2021. However, the return of G4 TV would not last very long due to underpromotion, lack of direction, constant layoffs, and many other things. The CN Real block ended in May 28, 2010. Although Destroy, Build, Destroy, and Do What Would Happen would still air new episodes until 2011, and new live-action shows were produced, the CN Real block was ultimately dropped after deeming the block a critical failure. Following this, it was also considered an inappropriate idea for the network, as Cartoon Network has since been classified as a cartoon channel. The network would not recover from the fallout caused by CN Real until the announcement of Adventure Time upon launching its website at the first month of the 2010s decade on January 2010. Many feared that this network would follow suit due to airing reality shows. It seemed that the network would head to its death. But in 2010, it was saved with the arrival of the cartoon, Adventure Time. Let us not forget that had it not been because of Adult Swim, the network would have faced a chopping block, so you could say that this block kept Cartoon Network afloat. A lot of Cartoon Network viewers would see the 2010s as the era when the CalArt-style cartoons would air. and will be predominant as well.